Good afternoon, everybody. It's me, the media guy, back with another one of my wonderful movie reviews. And yes, as you saw from the title and thumbnail of this video, I actually got a chance to check out this movie called Splitting Heirs. And I did have to look up some clips of this movie as well as the trailer just so I could get an idea on what this is about. Or at least what to expect. So you might be wondering what this is about. Eric Idle stars with Rick Moranis, Barbara Hershey, Catherine Zeta-Jones, and John Cleese in this macabre drama that the Los Angeles Times dubbed irreverent, fun to watch a killer. At a wild party during the 60s, baby Thomas Henry Butterfly Rainbow Peace, aka the 15th Duke of Bournemouth, is accidentally misplaced by his rich hippie mom and dad. When the wrong baby is claimed, the real heir winds up being raised by a poor Pakistani family, while the heir apparent grows up in America with a silver spoon in his mouth. Oh boy. Once Tommy Pato, played by Idol, learns that he, not Henry Martin, played by Moranis, is the Duke of Bournemouth, he'll do anything to get back what he lost. Fortunately for Henry, Tommy's a pretty inept assassin. Unfortunately for both of them, Tommy's seedy lawyer, Chagrin, played by John Cleese, is a tad more attempt. Add to the mix of scandalous mathematical Duchess, played by Hershey, a gorgeous gourd digger, played by Zeta-Jones, plus a host of assorted loonies, and you have the Fonesqua carnival of silliness. Can Tommy regain his dukedom, survive Chagrin's schemes, avoid being seduced by his own unwitting mom? Don't ask why. And marry the girl of his dreams? Find out for yourself. You'll split your sides laughing. Oh man. Based on what I just watched for the first time, I can see how and why this could be one insanely nutty movie. If you're fans of like comedies and British movies like this one, it has great writing with a beginning, middle, and end. A lot of hilarious jokes, some of which I can't describe because of, well, I don't want this video to get age restricted. Does have a great cast. Especially Rick Moranis, Eric Idle, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Barbara Hershey, and John Cleese themselves. Funny enough, and believe it or not, I was mostly familiar with Rick Moranis' movie career in general. He was Lewis in the first and second Ghostbusters movie. He played Seymour Krelborn in Little Shop of Horrors. He was Wayne Selinsky in all three Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movies. He was also Barney Rubble in the live-action Flintstones movie, which actually came out a year later after this film was released. He made a guest appearance on Muppets Tonight, and he even starred in his own Saturday morning cartoon called Gravedale High. And yes, that is an actual cartoon. For Eric Idle, I know that he was a part of Monty Python's Flying Circus for a while now. And he was also Willy Wonka in the original Willy Wonka and the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, which I just so happen to have a VHS and DVD copy of this movie. And as for John Cleese, I think he was also a part of Monty Python's Flying Circus, as well as a guest appearance on The Muppet Show as well. I think he was also in some of the Pink Panther movies, right? Like the ones with Steve Martin, for example. And for some reason, that's all I can think of right now. You guys will have to let me know down in the comments below. Now, as for Catherine Zeta-Jones and Barbara Hershey, I can't think of any movies they were in during their career. I don't, even though I never heard of this movie, I can still see why this is a hilarious movie. It's funny how both Henry and Tommy were switched at birth, and he ended up becoming the Duke of the UK instead of him. And it's kind of funny seeing Henry trying all sorts of ways to kill Henry in the most cartoony way possible. Like this one, like when he was trying to set the house on fire, but he accidentally alerted the dogs who ended up chasing after him. But we didn't find out that these two ended up surviving the fire. Probably because Tommy here accidentally alerted the dogs. That was also a moment where he actually replaced Henry's scuba tank with helium. So now he ended up inflating like a balloon and started choking like a chipmunk. I swear this is like this has grade A writing. I mean, it's almost like something out of a Saturday morning cartoon or something. But with a PG-13 rating. Oh boy. Yeah, Tommy had to hire this lawyer to look into his case. And for some reason, this lawyer actually had to continue doing Tommy's job. And at first, Tommy thought that he was going along with whatever the lawyer has plans, even though he had nothing to do with them. Like when he accidentally blew up the nanny who was pushing an empty stroller. It was a good thing Tommy got that baby out of the carriage just in time. And he probably didn't even know about it until later on. And they even found a cook being frozen in the freezer. And that caught me by surprise. Because I don't know when that happened. It might have happened off screen or something. And again, Tommy had nothing to do with the cook freezing to death. Literally. I'm not sure if this is like similar to King Ralph, another movie that I previously covered. And this is still one of the most hilarious movies I've ever seen in my life. I still cracked up at all the wacky shenanigans that happen in this movie. Like I admit, whenever Eric Idle and Rick Moranis are on screen, they always have good comedic chemistry with each other. I mean, their sense of humor is on point. I don't know if they ever did any more movie roles with each other. I can't think of any other movie where these two have worked together. So you might have to let me know down in the comments below, because I can't think of any other movie where Rick Moranis and Eric Idle worked together. In fact, I think this might be the first time that Rick Moranis worked with Catherine Zeta-Jones, John Cleese, and Eric Idle the more I think about it. Although I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. Now, I'm not sure if this movie was like a box office success or a disaster or probably in between. In fact, I didn't even bother looking at the Rotten Tomatoes score. I'm sure it got like a decent score, like maybe an 80 or 90-ish% on Rotten Tomatoes or something. I could be wrong on this. I do like how the movie is mostly taking place in the countryside of the United Kingdom. Because that does seem like a very nice place to film any type of movie. In fact, I think the movie King Ralph also has some nice scenery from the United Kingdom as well, since I also cover this movie as well. So anyways, I think this movie is like one of the funniest ones I ever seen. And you can really tell that the cast and crew must have had a real blast working on this movie. And I don't blame them. Yeah, I think this movie is fine as it is. We do not need a sequel, and we do not need a remake. It's fine the way it is. So overall, Splitting Heirs is still one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I already described how funny it is. I honestly think John Cleese has some funny moments here and there, including Eric Idle and Rick Moranis themselves. So I'll give this movie 5 royal crowns out of 5. Since that proves how fantastic this movie really is. And if you guys haven't seen this movie yet, I highly recommend you checking this out. And trust me, you would end up laughing so hard, your sides would start aching. So anyways, thank you guys so much for checking out this fantastic movie review on Splitting Heirs. And don't forget, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a revisit edition review of Screw Camp Scare. And yeah, I know it's not summer vacation yet. We just got started getting into the spring season. But hey, it doesn't hurt to do a revisit edition review of Scooby-Doo Camp Scare, right?